All right, there we go. I know a lot of you are used to the background and whatnot, but I think I'm not going to pay for this StreamYard stuff no more. I'm just going to do the regular thing on here. But anyway, welcome everyone to the Sewing Arabian YouTube channel. And as advertised, although I wanted to do this a little bit earlier, I couldn't. I'm going to be inviting Frank into this room. He he has a notification. I can assure you of that. And what I want to do today is I want to confront him about his, his attitude towards me. Um, guys, a year ago, I'm telling you, I would have handled this dude totally different. But I'm not doing those things no more. I'm going to talk about those things in this particular video. And I am not going to take him seriously. I refuse to. Here's the thing, guys. I think when you're talking to somebody with status on here, somebody who's well known, when you're talking to someone who's earned the right to be respected, and when I say that, I'm talking about as a YouTube content creator. I don't believe Frank has earned the right to demand respect pretty much from anybody. But I do need to respect him as a human being. Yes, I need to respect him as a human. I need to respect him as a person. I need to understand the man has feelings. You know what I mean? And we don't want to hurt them too much. But Frank, if you think you're going to come in here and I'm going to take you seriously, you must be crazy. Like I said it before I stopped being friends with Shanny, and I'm saying it now. I consider you and your entire YouTube channel to be a channel of hypocrites, and you ain't got no room to be talking about nobody. So before you even get the link to join this, let me just let you know how things are going to go. All right, let me let you know how things are going to go. First and foremost, let me mute my phone so that nobody got to hear that. Hold on. Cool. Okay. So first and foremost, I'm going to be inviting people like Sabella in the room. I'm not going to lie and say it's going to be a respectful conversation like you guys do, and then start randomly inviting people in the room and start muting people and unbroadcasting people. I'm not going to do that kind of stuff that you do. But what I am going to do is I'm going to let you know in advance. If Sabella even takes you seriously, she'll get the link to come here. Carrie wants to come here. I'll give her the link. She can come here. Anybody else you got a problem with, I'll bring them in here and they can talk directly to you. Now, Frank, one of the things I do want to talk to you about is this link that you sent me about Sabella's husband having a Confederate flag by the Christmas tree or whatever, which we already talked about. And I don't, the Confederate flag in of itself does not offend me. There's a lot of people down south that got a Confederate flag. That kind of thing does not offend me. Okay. So we can talk about that. We can talk about some of the things that people are saying about you on YouTube, because if you think this is going to be a one-sided show, you're a crack cocaine dude. You're smoking more drugs than Shanny and Rev. If you think this is just going to be about me, all right, you are in for one heck of a surprise. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, what you need to do is go take a look at those videos when I expose people, dude. Okay, what you need to do, so you're warned before you come in here. All right. I don't expect Sabella to ask for a link. I don't expect Carrie to ask for a link. I don't think anybody takes you people seriously anymore. Geek Room. You guys used to be the king of the world with Dragnut. Now, Dragnut's going on to different things, bigger and better things, and you're stuck doing the same things that you was doing a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. And then, before you guys came on here as gamers and nobody watched that trash or whatever. I told you if you don't come in here and properly entertain me, I'm going to turn you into a full-blown Lowe's cow, dude. I'm just saying, yeah, if you think this can't happen to you, you must be crazy. But before we get to any of that, how are you guys doing today? Let's take a look at the chat here real quick. Let's see if the Geek Room fans are here or the other people here. Oh, I got Nick Bravo here. We got son of Drader. We got I don't know who's trolls and who ain't, but we'll see some. We got Funky Butt Love in here. We got Ostrich 248 here. How old are you guys doing? Okay, great. Hey, Sabella. So I'm going to give Nick Bravo, all of these people, an opportunity to get a piece of you, Frank. And at least I'm telling you in advance. I'm not going to be fake like you and your channel. When you tell me it's just going to be me and you, or me and you and Tatted in the Geek Room, and then you start inviting random people in the room, playing audios and all this other stuff, I'm going to warn you before I do any of that. Because, quite frankly, I don't believe in the example that the Geek Room is setting as an example that I want to follow. Now, before we let him in here, let's completely disarm him. Let's take away all of his superpowers before he even comes in the room. Because he claims that there are things the newer people on this channel don't know about me. One thing I'll say is about this. If Dragnut was talking about it, if the Geek Room was talking about it, if Miss Parker was talking about it, if BGTV was talking about it, Scientist Sam was talking about it, Todd was talking about it, and other people was talking about it, I'm pretty sure most of the people watching this knows my history. The problem is that Frank doesn't believe that. Frank believes that a lot of you don't know the things I've said and the things that I've done on here. So I might have to defend myself a little bit, but what I'll do is I'm going to tell people what I did, and I'm going to apologize every single time I bring it up. So I don't got to hear it out of Frank's mouth, because Frank swears nobody that I never made a video talking about this stuff. So let's get into this here a minute. Okay. Now, I'm not going to talk about the whys and what provoked me. I'm just going to tell you what I did, and then we'll get into that when Frankie Boy gets in here, just to see how honest he is. And like I said, when he comes in here, I don't expect him to be intelligent enough to be able to explain to all of you why things happen. He just cares that it happened. So that way, when I flip the script and it's time to look at his dirt and the things that he's been accused of, he has no excuse. He thinks he's dealing with some numbskull here, and I'm not. So anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about Sabella first, okay? You notice that Sabella is talking nice about me, right? I wasn't always nice to Sabella. You know what I said to Sabella? I told Sabella I was very mean about her not being able to have kids. Sabella knows it. Sabella can give you link after 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 link. G-Man was getting on her about not being able to have kids. I mocked her education. Sabella, I'm sorry for doing that. Whether you forgive me or not, doesn't matter. I'm sorry for doing that. All right. Number two. Let me see something here concerning. Well, actually, we're going to get the drag last because there's a lot to go over with him. Let me see something. Who else in this community? I think Miss Parker. Miss Parker. I don't even know if I fully apologize for this yet, but I'm gonna do it now. Since you've gone from being the demon queen to being just my nemesis. You know what I mean? Miss Parker. I dropped her whole planet. Her name, her husband's name, her wish. Oh, what the heck is going on with my computer? Okay, cool. Husband, Miss Parker, where she lived, what she did for a living, what she didn't do for a living, what her man did. I dropped the snot out of her. I'm not going to talk about why. I'm not going to talk about what motivated me to do them things, because if the people who was watching this from the beginning, you should all know. So, Miss Parker, I want to go out there and once again apologize to you. I should not have done that. I am sorry, Miss Parker. You will not be seeing G-Man do that again. Okay, so let's go on to some other people here, because I don't want to spend too much time on. I want Frankie Boy to get his butt in here. Let me see something here. Who else? Okay, let's talk about Tatted Jedi a little bit. I told Tatted Jedi he was on sugar and that he needed to get off the caffeine, and that I thought he was mentally ill. So Tatted, I apologize, Tatted, for saying that about you, Tatted. I'm sorry for calling you names, Tatted. Because according to the Geek Room, that stuff happened for nothing. Yeah. So anyway, and whether you forgive me or not, Tatted, I'm sorry. I apologize. This is what bigger men do than what smaller men do, like the Geek Room. You know what I mean? Let's go on. Let me see something. Jade. Number one, I didn't know nothing about Jade's health. I knew that Jade was an older woman, but I know nothing about her health. But I was kind of mean to her before she passed away. I talked about her sexuality in a very mean way. And I, what did I say? I mocked to the internet people in here that was doing what they was doing to me. What else did I do? Well, her Catholicism, you know, if you know my biblical view, you know where I stand on that. So I can't really apologize about that. I just disagree with her on that. But I could have been nicer to Jade, I think. I was mean to her on the Geek Room. I was mean on my YouTube channel. I was mean on, I think that was Fiona's channel, I think, with the whole bullhorn thingy and whatnot, where I blew some loud thingy into her ears and hurt her ears and whatnot. And Jay can't hear nothing I'm saying right now, but to the people that it negatively affected, I apologize for doing those things, even though a lot of people aren't going to talk about what made me do those things or what caused me to do those things. I apologize for doing those things, and I own those things. I got to deal with that every time I go into a room and somebody deals with me. You want to know why I'm bringing this up? Because Frank thinks he's going to come in here acting like he's all perfect and act like he hasn't done nothing, and I'm going to make him do the same thing. And you're going to see the difference between Frank and myself. Let's go on now. Let's get to I want to say Dragnet for last. Let's get to Gentleman Pioneer. Gentleman Pioneer, I challenge you to a fight. And by the way, I was just on the phone with the guy today. By the way, shout out to GP. Me and him are cool now, but I was really mean to GP. I said some things to him that wasn't so nice, and not just to him, but to his co-host on his channel. I think her name is GP. If you're watching this, text me her name. I don't remember her name. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not good with that. But the nice one and the meaner one, I was mean to both of them. And GP, I'm sorry for doing that. But I just believe what I believe. But I am sorry. I think there was a nicer way that I could have said the things that I said. Let me see something here. Then there's the drunken peasants, but I got set up for that one. But to the fictional account, to the fictional event, to the fictional thing that never happened, to the fictional whatever, I apologize to the fictional person who does not exist, in which I said I was going to take a baseball bat to a fictional transgender that doesn't even exist. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, go watch DP and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sure the fictional person will definitely not feel bad about that. No. Let's see something here. Then there's let's see something here. Oh, burnt toast. I remember I even though I apologized already, Frank apparently think I didn't do it. Burnt toast. I called you a whore on GTV before it went away. I called you both a view whore and a physical one, and I never seen you, so I don't know if you're well, actually I can't say that, but I've never met you in person, so I don't know if you float that way or whatever. But I should have never called you a physical whore. As far as a view whore goes, that's kind of subjective. But I apologize for the way I behaved around you, because again, I thought you were just picking on me, just for picking on me. But in reality, you was just trying to wake me up in a very weird way to from dealing with Shanny and all that stuff and whatnot. At least I think that's what you was trying to do. There's not a lot of evidence to support that, but I'm just saying. Let me see. Some of my major stuff. I don't want to get on here apologizing for sneezing. You know what I mean? I got better things to do with my time. Let me see. Let's get the Dragnet here for a moment. Woo! Let me count the ways. Let me just pick about 3 major things with Drag. Because again, in case of you guys don't know, he's been on his YouTube channel and we got along. I've been on his YouTube channel and I've been on his members only streams where we discussed Shanny and Rev and then what it was like to actually deal with them. Drag, I want to apologize. We're not going to talk about the why. We're not going to talk about what you was doing. We're not going to talk about what provoked me. I'm just going to just own it, okay? But what I am going to use is later on against Frank, and that's a promise. But I apologize to Drag for saying his kid's name on camera. See, I didn't just... See, Frank got this a little twisted. I didn't just threaten to do it. I did it. I didn't just threaten to do it. This is the one thing about YouTube I don't understand about people. If you do something wrong, admit that you did something wrong. Admit that you did something that was hurtful and you shouldn't have did it at all. Admit it. Own it. You know what I mean? To me, it's easy. It ain't hard for me because I know who I serve. You understand what I'm saying? And I should have never said Drag's real name is all over the internet. Not to mention he has a channel named by his real name. Crying out loud. But anyway, I shouldn't have mentioned his name during the time. I shouldn't have mentioned his wife name during the time. I shouldn't have mentioned his kid's name at the time, and I shouldn't not have threatened to drop his entire family, which is what I was going to do if he would have kept riding me all the time. But I apologize, Drag. I don't care if you don't accept my apology. I just am sorry for doing it. Frank made a statement on the Geek Room, and he said that G-Man this is who G-Man is. This is what he's going to keep doing. Well, what Frank won't tell you is that all the emails that I was getting from Frank and other people and whatnot, that just pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, which I am very tempted to show everybody all these emails, but maybe I'll do that on a different channel when I think it's a little bit more beneficial. I don't think now is the time to do it. I got other stuff I want to talk about regarding Frank and some of these other people in here. But what else? What else did I do? Yeah, Drag did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of stuff to Drag, and this is before the contract video stuff. So, yeah, I apologize for all of it. Pretty much, I can't remember all of it because a lot of this stuff I pushed away from my mind. It's these people bringing this stuff back up. Who else is on here? BGTV. What did I say about BGTV? What did I say about BGTV? I don't remember what I said about BGTV. That I actually want to apologize about. I don't remember. Isabella, you can probably help me out with that, but I don't remember what I said about BGTV. Well, whatever I did to him, I'm sorry about that too. All right. What I'm trying to do with my channel now is just expose Shani and then move on to some other topics. On my other channel, I do my debate arena. Frank says I'm the same person, and I keep doing this over and over and over. So the first challenge I got for Frank is for Frank to come in this room and show me where I have done it since that event happened. Frank's already lost, and he doesn't even know yet. Let me put the link out there so you can get in here. Do me a favor, guys. Nobody else click the link in the beginning, unless you're Sabella. And I want Frank to come in here, take this whipping like a man. All right? Because now that I disarmed him and he ain't got nothing to bring up, I mean, it's time for me to talk about him. So, oh, and by the way, I'm getting tired of Carrie being connected to whatever I do, because I guess his strategy is to try to hurt Carrie by saying, oh, a lot of you don't know what G-Man did, so let me tell you what G-Man did. I don't think Carrie cares. Carrie is happily married. Carrie does this to do whatever it is that she does on here. Her husband does this kind of sort of a little bit, and I don't think they care about any of this, to be perfectly honest. But Carrie has nothing to do with any of this. I didn't even know Carrie during this time. I just like the channel that she has, that she does a far better job than you, Frank, and a far better job than any of the people in that community at exposing Shani for what she is. Now, Frank, let me educate you a little bit, my friend. Carrie has said some stuff about me on her channel while I was still friends with Shani. There's water under the bridge. If she says something tomorrow, it's water under the bridge. That's what happens when yesterday is yesterday. When yesterday is yesterday, nobody cares. See, Shani cares about that stuff because she wants to get on here and scam everybody. Me, on the other hand, I'm not even on YouTube full time no more. I do Clubhouse, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made. I get to go in there and I get to debate things. I get to talk to a variety of people, and I'm actually enjoying it, even though I've been kicked out of more rooms than I can count. I'll keep getting kicked out of rooms and brought into rooms. It's actually kind of fun when you think about it now. I wish I would have approached the reaction people the way I'm approaching them these days, because it would have been a lot easier to deal with them then. So, Frank, if you think you're going to come in here and get me all angry and get me all mad, dude, all I'm going to do is laugh at you when you come here. That's all I'm going to do, dude. Just trying to let you know in advance what you can expect. You say you don't like me. That's fine. I didn't ask you to like me. Say you don't want to have anything to do with me. That's fine. I'm not that crazy about you either. I believe that your channel, Frank, promotes and allows some of the most hideous stuff on the internet. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get amnesia because I stopped being Shani's friend. I didn't get amnesia. I remember quite a few things. Okay. Quite a few things, dude. All right. And here's the thing. They think because the channel is gone that all these videos disappear. I hope they do re-upload those videos. All they're going to do is tell on themselves. They just don't know yet. But Frank, the link is out there, Frank. You can click on the link and you can come here. Sabella, if you want to come in here and you want to talk a little bit. Nick, if you want to come in here, you can. Feel free to come in the room if you want to. And join the conversation about Frank. I personally think Frank is doing this for the reasons that I mentioned in my previous video. I think the Geek Room is dying as a channel. I think that the Geek Room is boring. I think that they're not getting the donations that they used to get. And I think Frank is just trying to stay relevant. Kind of like the atheist experience. You know what I mean? had to throw that in there. I'm sorry. But anyway, have you guys noticed that Frank didn't click that link yet? Frank's not blocked. Frank is not blocked. Let me double check too. Let me go to my my invite thing. No, is it my invite or is it the? Let me just double check this here real quick. Let me see. Nope, that's not it. How do I check the settings? That's what I got to go to. Okay, let's look in the guest. Let's make sure Frank ain't blocked because I don't want to hear no excuses tonight. Let me see. For those of you who are wondering and thinking this is going to be a recurring thing on my channel, we're going to take a little vote a little bit later on whether or not I should delete the videos I made about the Geek Room. And let's put them back in obscurity where they belong. Okay. I appreciate the free advertising I get from their YouTube channel, even though I'm not really a YouTuber no more when you really think about it. They just don't know. And nobody's following me to Clubhouse because I don't think nobody on Clubhouse would care. Those people are talking about real topics. Some real hard topics where you got to actually know what you're talking about to even participate in their rooms. And I know my stuff, and some of them topics are tough, and all of them are not easy. All right, you're not blocked, Frank. I don't see you in here being blocked, so you should be able to get in here. So put the link out there one more time. Frank, I want to let you know something, Frank. This is not going to be me coming to the Geek Room, me not being worth your time, blah, 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 blah. I've already established that I consider you and Tatted and that entire channel to be a joke. I've already established that, all right? So if you don't come in here, I actually think you're smart for not coming in here. Okay, Frank, I want to come in here and talk about with the things that you're being accused of now. See if you own it. That's all I want to do. I talked about it on the Geek Room and Tatted. Got super defensive when I brought certain things up. I like to talk directly to you about it, if you don't mind. And since it's already on YouTube and it's public knowledge. You know what I mean? Well, we don't even got to do that, Frank. I could just let you hate on me on your YouTube channel. That's what you was doing for the last 2 years anyway. You talking about me again ain't going to solve nothing. I don't even think Sabella takes you seriously. Usually Sabella's a first person in here. Sabella's usually the first person to come in here. No, Sabella, she don't care about you. I don't see Carrie's doing a show. She got over 300 people watching her. Carrie don't care about this topic. The majority of her audience don't care about this topic. They're probably wondering why I'm wasting my time talking about you guys. But I'll give you a little bit more time, Frank. I'll give you a little bit more time. His name is Nick. Yeah, Nick, if you want to come in, Nick, you can. Sabella, you got mods, don't you? You know you got the power, use it. Make sure, yeah, Sabella got mods. Wait, hold on. Sabella got mods. If they come in, if the Geek Room fans come in here, you know how to use your power. I don't even see the Geek Room fans in here. Where's the Geek Room fans? Where are the supporters of Frank, if he has any? By the way, guys, I want you guys to remember we're going to be doing a really interesting stream. Let me see something here. Is it going to be next weekend? It might be in 2 weeks concerning Shanny for Christ. Well, concerning Shanny and Rev. In about 2 weeks. And according to Carrie, according to a couple of other people, Shanny and Rev might not be at the uncle's no more. Although it ain't just Carrie. There's a whole bunch of people saying this now. That Shanny and Rev might not be there no more. Oh, Frank, you also mentioned something else on your channel. You said that that this is not the first time me and Shanny and Rev has fought before. You're on point with that. You're 100% correct about that. This is not the first time that me and Shanny had a fight. But this is the first time I'm finished with them though, because this is a little serious here. Okay. When she kicked me out the house and everything and whatnot, and we was kind of going back and forth and everything and whatnot, and then we stopped for a little bit, and I thought about it and I chose to forgive. That's a little bit different from this time. You see, she spent all of this guy's money, completely destroyed Rev, and then she thought she was going to do it to me. Thank God for David Anthony. But and then she thought she was going to do that mess to me. Then she thought she was going to do that to me. Then I had the nerve to get on social media and lie to everybody and tell everybody that after all that money I spent on them, had the nerve to get on here and say that she has to keep her legs elevated. She knows she's going to die. She has a week to live. I gave her a death sentence. No, this is very different. This is very different. I am finished with Shanny. I have sympathy for Rev, the child abuser, because of what she did to him. The guy that you guys see called Rev Dudes is not the same guy he was before he got involved with Shanny. I'm sorry. They're not the same people. Not even close. But I'm finished with Rev too, because Rev continues to insist on defending her, lying for her, making stuff up for her, and basically worshiping at the altar of Shanny. And I don't want nothing to do with nobody like that. If you're going to be that booty whipped, me and you ain't got nothing to talk about. Ain't nobody poutine pie that good. I'm sorry. Nobody's. I was Shanny's John. I was a toilet here. But as you guys can see, Frank's not going to come in here. This is just proof that he did what he did on his channel for attention. Frank wants to prove that he can get me to go back and forth with him. Now, Frank, I want to remind you of a couple of things, dude. Drag once thought I couldn't go a whole year without talking about him. And you saw what happened with that. I did it over a year. Over an entire year. And you think I can't stop talking about you? Frank, let me ask you something, dude. Who you think you are, dude? I mean, the way I view you, you have a big red nose. You have a big red hair. You know what I mean? Your face is powder white. And you're a clown to me. That's what you are to me. You tatted in that entire YouTube channel. Y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of clowning racists on that YouTube channel. That's all y'all are to me. The Geek Room is one of the most hypocritical. They'll sit there and say, don't dot drop. What do you think they do? They dot drop. They say don't do this, and they do it. They do exactly what they tell everybody else that somebody else is doing. You know how many times I've seen Carrie dot drop? 0 times. I've never seen Carrie deliberately dot drop anybody. She doesn't tell people not to do something and then does it herself. You understand what I'm saying? That's why she got you beat, dude. You're mad because Carrie does this better than you. That's what you're mad about. So what if Carrie decides to turn me into a Lowe's cow tomorrow? Right? Let's just say Carrie decides, I'm going to go after G-Man. We're going to review every little thing that G-Man did. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Clubhouse and I'm going to debate some Hebrew Israelites. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it $1.50. I refuse to take any of this seriously anymore. My focus, my singular focus on this channel for right now is going to be Shanny and Rev when they get their butts back on here. That is my singular focus. Because I don't want them conning nobody no more. You understand what I'm saying? So Frank, you can go on your channel and remind people about what I did in 1948. Just remember, I came on this YouTube channel and told everybody what I did on here. I'm pretty sure you're going to bring up Indigo. Pretty sure you're going to bring up what's something on here I'm not bringing up. Oh, yeah. Shanny was on my channel and she used the N-word and G-Man sat there and didn't say anything. Emo and G-Man didn't say anything about what Emo did to drag. He'll bring up anything he can to stay relevant on this social media platform. Dude, like I said, it's your channel, dude. You can do whatever you want. All I'm going to do is laugh at you. That's all I'm going to do. Because you're a clown, Nick. I'm sorry, not Nick. I'm sorry. I saw the. Let me tell everybody why I slipped and said that. Let me show everybody what I was looking at. Nick Bravo did this. That's why I said that. What I meant is Frank. Frank is a clown. Frank is a clown. So, Frank, you can talk about me and Sabella and everybody else from a distance on a Geekle. Fine. You can go ahead and do that. Remember, I gave you an opportunity to come here and talk to me. I gave you the opportunity to go back and forth. And you chose not to do anything, dude. Just like I predicted. Now, if you don't mind, Frank, I would like to refocus my attention on the chia pet that is known as Shanny. Okay? Somebody who's actually doing damage on here. You are just here for fodder and entertainment because I'm bored, dude. I'm just keeping it $1.50. Who the heck are you, dude? Like, honestly, who are you? Let me see something here. Do you guys got any questions in the chat? Does anybody got any questions before I wrap this up? Because I know y'all sick and tired of this topic, and this fool ain't coming in here. So, anybody got any questions they want to put in the chat? Shanny the Landwell says, I'm the fat Lowe's call around here. How dare you replace me with Sabella? I didn't replace Shanny with Sabella. Shanny is the Lowe's cow. I understand that. Okay, so sorry, sweetie, I accidentally hit you. I was trying to hide somebody else. I fixed it though. All right, Sabella. So Sabella's here waiting for Frank. I'm waiting for Frank. Nick's waiting for Frank, and Frank ain't showing up. I got some good news for you guys, by the way. My cat had some kittens. We got 4 new kittens in here. Their eyes are open now. So what I'm going to do for you guys a little bit later, I'm going to make a YouTube short, and I'm going to show all of you guys the kittens. And I'll do that in my next stream. I think that will be a lot more entertaining than sitting here talking to myself about the same guy I was talking about when he was relevant. See, here's the thing, Frank. If you want to know the brutal truth about all of this, dude, besides the fact that you're a Lowe's cow now and that you're not being taken seriously no more, the brutal reality is this. The brutal reality is this, dude. Nobody cares. Just try to remember that when you go on your stream and say, well, you don't care, why did you make this stream? To call you out and to basically tell on myself. You know, maybe I should turn myself into a Lowe's cow for one day and show everybody all of the horrible things I did for like the 150th time, and then let them hear about it again so they can start getting bored and unsubbing to this channel. Nobody cares, Frank. Nobody cares, dude. He can't debate. Neither can Tadit. Neither one of them can. Frank can't debate. Tadit can't debate. Nobody on that channel can debate. Frank's doing the right thing by staying away because Frank knows what the things I'm going to bring up on his channel. Let me see something here. Does it matter if you take him seriously? Yeah, because if I took him seriously, then I would take the time out to edit some videos and find things and put them on you. Please, I'm not doing all that. That requires work. I'm not going to work no more on people who aren't here who are jokes. I'm not doing it. I'm probably a Lowe's cow to some people. I don't care. Or you not a Lowe's cow? I probably am. Who cares? Who cares? I just don't care. I'm not on here often enough to be a Lowe's cow. Puerto Rican Billy can't even speak English. Sowing and reaping, how is any of this helping people find Jesus? It isn't. That's the whole point. He wants me to keep talking about him because he's jealous of Christ. He's jealous of the Holy Spirit. He's jealous of the gospel. He's jealous of Carrie. He's jealous of Carrie's husband. He's jealous of Sabella. He's jealous of Nick. He's jealous of this channel. He's jealous of everybody who ain't paying him no mind and giving him super chats. You know what I mean? By the way, Frank probably needs his rent paid, guys. So if you guys don't mind, could you guys go to Frank's YouTube channel and donate $1 to him so he can pay his rent and everything, because you know he's hurting for views and he needs some money. Why don't you guys go over there and go hook him up? Maybe give him some money so he can shave his beard. I don't know. Anyways, Carrie, you get back to doing what you're doing. Ignore all of this foolishness. I'll see you guys in the next one. This bomb ain't coming on here. Later.